Multiple arrests made in Iron Mountain, and President Trump has requested for a loan.
Dylan Ranget will update us on the NFL, and Todd Rose will have our weather. Hi, I'm Max Stevens.
And I'm Hannah Jensen, and this is your Public Eye News. The Michigan State Police are currently seeking information about a man believed to be impersonating a police officer in the Manistee area. There have been multiple reports of a man with no law enforcement affiliation conducting traffic stops, claiming to be a deputy working for the Schoolcraft County Sheriff's Department. He is described as being around 30 years old with short dark hair and wearing a brown uniform with a gold badge. Anyone with any information about the identity of this man is asked to call the Michigan State Police St. Ignace post. And an update on the Tyson Benz case. Benz's mother released a statement earlier this week saying the justice system failed her son by not issuing a harsher punishment against the 13-year-old girl behind a social media prank that led the 11-year-old to hang himself. The girl was not charged with causing Benz's death, but with 2 misdemeanor-level offenses in juvenile court. Marquette County Prosecutor Matt Weesey says the girl was placed on the juvenile court consent calendar status. This status focuses on rehabilitation as opposed to punishment, and it can include participating in community-based treatment programs. Both Weesey and the judge agreed to the 13-year-old girl's placement on this status.
Oswald's Bear Ranch in Newberry has been accused of committing various Federal Animal Act welfare violations by PETA. PETA claims the bears at the ranch are exposed to inhumane conditions, including being held in cemented floor exhibits. PETA released a letter and a video to the press and is calling on authorities to inspect the roadside zoo and get proper veterinary care for the bear cubs. Oswald's Bear Ranch has declined to make any sort of comment at this time. And last Thursday, Dickinson County Sheriff's deputies arrested 2 Iron Mountain men for larceny from automobiles in Quinnipiac. A number of stolen items were seized as evidence. Most of the items have been identified by the owners. However, several pieces of suspected stolen property have gone unclaimed. The sheriff's office is requesting anyone missing items in the Quinnipiac area to call the office and ask to speak with the deputy.
An Iron Mountain has gone missing. 50-year-old Brian Scott Jacobson was reportedly last seen either September 28th or 29th. Friends and family of Jacobson says it is out of the ordinary for him to go missing and are extremely concerned for his well-being. If anyone has any information on the whereabouts of Jacobson, contact the Iron Mountain Police Department. And a man placed on the sex offender registry in 1997 is wanted to be erased. Bob Telmakoski was initially placed on the registry for touching a girl's breast, and while his case was dismissed after successfully completing his probation and community service hours, his name still appears on that registry. The Michigan Supreme Court is hearing arguments Wednesday. And after the break, we will have your national and international news. Stay tuned.
The EPA has an anti-fossil fuel agenda.
Mr. Pruitt's fossil fuel dreams have come true.
From fighting the EPA,
lobbying is what makes the wheels of government turn,
to running it.
It was 8 years of pure hell under the Democrat Party and Obama, but we won.
Frontline investigates.
What it amounts to is dismantling everything that previous administrations have done.
Tonight at 10 after Nova on Public TV 13.
And welcome back. More news about the Vegas shooting continues to roll in. A maintenance worker at Mandalay Bay Hotel said earlier today that he told hotel dispatchers to call police and report a gunman had opened fire inside the hotel before he began firing into the crowd at the nearby music festival. Worker Stephen Shuk told NBC News that he was checking out a report of a jammed fire door on the 32nd floor of the hotel when he heard gunshots, and a hotel security guard who had been shot in the leg peeked out from an alcove and told him to take cover. The injured guard used his radio and possibly a hallway phone to call hotel dispatchers for help. This account differs dramatically from the one police gave last week when they said Stephen Paddock fired through the door of his room and injured the unarmed guard after shooting into the crowd. The company that owns Mandalay Bay has questioned the new timeline, and Las Vegas PD did not respond to questions on the hotel statement. And Army Sergeant James Bennett served with a chocolate Labrador retriever named Coffee for almost 10 years. They did 3 tours in Afghanistan, where Coffee was the unit's first line of defense. Chip Reed is in Washington with the story.
She was always with me, side by side. My mentality was I needed her just as much as she needed me. She's gonna get me through, I'm gonna get her through.
Army Sergeant James Bennett served with Coffee, a chocolate Labrador retriever, by his side for almost 10 years. They did 3 tours in Afghanistan, where Coffee was an explosive detection dog, sniffing out bombs and facing danger head-on as the unit's first line of defense.
She's never lost a soldier, ever. We've never had to go anywhere and say, okay, something happened. She's never lost anybody.
She's saved a lot of lives.
Yes, sir.
Including perhaps yours.
No, I know her mine.
Did she come under fire?
Yeah, too many times.
Too many times?
Too many times.
Because they know how valuable she is, so they target her.
Yeah, yeah, they do. There's been several instances where she was targeted.
Dogs like Coffee are valuable to the military for their loyalty, their courage, and their extraordinary sense of smell. Over 1,600 dogs are currently serving in the U.S. and around the world. 34 have been killed in action during the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. Bennett says through 3 deployments, Coffee became much more than a dog, even more than a best friend.
Do you consider her a hero?
I consider her an angel.
An angel?
Yeah.
Wow.
This one, she brought me home.
You think you would have survived 3 tours in Afghanistan without her?
I don't know. Good girls.
His wife, Lindsay, encouraged him to nominate Coffee for the Canine Medal of Courage.
What does this dog mean to you?
She is the reason I have my husband. There was a couple of times where I didn't hear from him for a couple of days, and it was panic.
Panic.
You get that tight feeling, and because you always hear things on the news, and you don't know.
Did you feel better just knowing he was with Coffee?
Yes.
Coffee now lives with the Bennetts and their 3 kids, Talon, Trinity, and Madeline. For 10 years of service, love is Coffee's endless reward.
Who here loves Coffee? Raise your hand. Why do you love Coffee so much?
Because she brought my daddy home.
Home from Afghanistan?
To them, Coffee is a member of the family, and at 13 years old, they know she is approaching her final years.
We have 17 years of marriage right now, and we wouldn't have that.
Yeah, no.
Without her.
We wouldn't have the 3 kids we have without her.
She's really giving me my life having now. You know, she's getting to give me a chance to enjoy my kids grow up and enjoy my time with my wife. You know, I want her to enjoy this last part. She's earned it.
Woo!
Oh, nice.
Gwyneth Paltrow and Angelina Jolie added to the growing list of first-person accounts of uncomfortable experiences against movie producer Harvey Weinstein. Paltrow says when she was 22 and cast in the Jane Austen adaptation Emma, she was summoned to Weinstein's hotel room, where he proceeded to touch her and suggest a massage in the bedroom. Jolie also remembers Weinstein making advances in a hotel room earlier in her career and never worked with him again. And President Donald Trump has asked Congress for an almost $5 billion loan to help Puerto Rico in the wake of Hurricane Maria. Only 16% of the U.S. territory has electricity, and fresh drinking water is scarce. David Bagnaud has the latest from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
It's been 3 weeks since Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico, and from the air, it looks like the storm hit yesterday. Blue tarps cover homes where roofs were damaged or ripped off. We were with the governor, Ricardo Rosselló, as he flew over some of the hardest hit areas by helicopter.
We still need to do a hell of a lot more, and certainly the actions that are taken in Congress in the next weeks and in the next months are going to be paramount.
On the southern part of the island in Ponce, grocery stores are running low on food and water. Nearby at a distribution center in Añasco, families are given 1 box of food. It's supposed to last them a day or 2. Isabel Morales says they have very little food, but even less water.
We just need a lot of water. Yeah, we don't find it. It's really hard to find it.
Not far from here, in the Atalaya neighborhood of Rincon, families are bathing in rainwater. We use it because we don't have any other option, Lisandra Candelaria told us. She's still sifting through what's left of her home. For her 11-year-old son, Heriel, it's hard to understand. I wish my home was fixed, he says, so I can continue to live in the place where I grew up.
One area of concern that gives the governor of Puerto Rico real pause is a potential health crisis, and contaminated water is key. Here in San Juan, that water's been sitting there for 4 weeks, according to the people who live in this neighborhood, and it's backed up by trash that's been here just as long, since Hurricane Irma, which was before Maria. Contaminated water is an issue across the island, and where water has been restored, people are being told they need to boil it. David Begno, CBS News, San Juan, Puerto Rico.
And stay tuned, because after the break, we'll be back with your weather and sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jennifer DeLynn, the host of Ask the Doctors. Please join me and many of my colleagues this season for Ask the Doctors. All year long, we will explore important medical topics, talk about new treatments, and most importantly, answer your questions with doctors live in our studio. So join us this Thursday for Ask the Doctors right here on Public TV 13.
This week, doctors answer your sports medicine questions.
And welcome back to Public Eye News. I'm Todd Rose here to take a look at your weather. As you can see behind me, the sun is shining. It's a beautiful fall day, so get on out there and you're going to need to grab a coat because the temperatures are starting to fall. Our current conditions, as I said, it is sunny, temperature of 56 degrees, winds east-northeast at 11 miles an hour, and our barometric pressure 30.28 inches and falling. Moving into tonight, the sky is going to stay clear, so if you want to go take a look at the moon, look at the stars, be a great night to do that. A low of 45 and winds south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Looking at tomorrow, some clouds are going to come in, but the sun will still be shining with a high of 63 and winds south-southeast at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Let's take a look around the UP. As you can see, we got sun pretty much everywhere. We'll start over here, Sault Ste. Marie, 55 degrees, 58 down in Manistee, Escanaba 58, and down in Menominee it is 60 degrees and also mostly sunny. Heading on over to the western side of the UP, 58 degrees in Iron Mountain, 56 in Ironwood, 57 and sunny up in Houghton, and back here in sunny Marquette, it is 56 degrees. That's what we're looking at right now. Let's take a look at your weather ahead. On Friday, we're looking at a high of 63, low of 44, and some rain. Saturday, we got a high of 55, low of 46, and mostly cloudy skies, and some more rain on Sunday with a high of 50 and a low of 38. Well, Dylan, we're looking at sun today, and I hear you got some news about one football player whose future is looking pretty bright.
Absolutely. Things are looking great in Green Bay right now. After the thrilling defeat over the Dallas Cowboys this past Sunday, Green Bay Packers could have found their dual-threat running back options they have long talked about in rookie Aaron Jones, who replaced an injured Tyler Montgomery. All throughout the game, Jones was seen talking to Montgomery on the sidelines, gaining tips and advice. Montgomery told him, "If you're going to make a mistake, make it fast," end quote. And that he did when Jones ran the wrong route but resulted in a diving catch when he quickly recovered and made a spectacular play. Jones ended up with 125 rushing yards and a trip to the end zone. Former Cleveland Browns star receiver Josh Gordon has decided to put his return to the NFL on hold and pursue a healthier lifestyle first. Gordon was suspended from the team from failing multiple drug tests and has not played in 50 of the last 69 games due to his drug and alcohol use. Once the NFL's league leader in receiving yards in 2013, Gordon had just spent 70 days in a rehab facility and is thankful to share his story and inspire others. It seems like all great running backs have a knack for making their way to Arizona during the tail end of their career. The latest to do so is former All-Pro running back from Minnesota, Adrian Peterson, as the Saints have traded him to the Cardinals. Peterson joins elite backs such as Emmitt Smith and Edgerrin James, as they too ended up in Arizona late in their careers. The Arizona Cardinals already have the oldest roster in the league, and at age 32, Peterson hopes to find success in Arizona as Smith and James have done before him. And that'll actually wrap up our show today. Thank you for watching Public Eye News.
The preceding program was produced in studios located in the Edgar L. Hardin Learning Resources Center by WNMU-TV, Northern Michigan University Public Television.